When you press your fingers into dry, compacted, lifeless soil, it's easy to feel defeated. No matter how many seeds you plant or fertilizers you sprinkle, nothing seems to take off. The truth is, dead soil isn't just lacking nutrients, it's missing the entire living network that makes soil fertile. But here's the good news. You don't need to dig up your whole garden or dump in expensive amendments, you just need to revive the natural system from the ground up. And that's where the powerful combination of alfalfa, mulch, and worms comes in. This method works because it mirrors what nature does best, builds soil life layer by layer. By stacking the right organic materials in the right sequence, you create a habitat that feeds microbes, attracts earthworms, and transforms dead dirt into living soil. It's not magic, it's just biology done right. Start with alfalfa, the microbe magnet. To understand why alfalfa is the foundation of this method, you have to know what soil life eats. Earthworms don't chomp down on dry leaves or grass clippings. They follow the action, specifically microbial activity. Alfalfa pellets, when moistened and placed on or just under the soil surface, break down quickly and feed beneficial bacteria and fungi. This surge in microbial life sends out chemical cues that earthworms detect, and they tunnel in to join the party. But alfalfa doesn't stop at worm bait. It contains natural growth hormones like triacontanol that stimulate root development and microbial diversity. It's high in nitrogen but breaks down slowly enough to avoid burning roots. That makes it a perfect soil conditioner, especially when your soil is lifeless and compacted. By laying down a thin layer of hydrated alfalfa pellets directly on the soil, you're setting the biological stage. Within a few days, microbes begin working, fungi thread through the surface, and worms take notice. After the alfalfa goes down, the next step is crucial: cover it. A thick mulch layer does more than smother weeds. It locks in moisture, regulates temperature, and creates the ideal environment for decomposition to take place slowly and steadily. Organic mulches like straw-shredded leaves, partially decomposed wood chips, or even a mix of garden trimmings work beautifully. This mulch serves two major roles. First, it protects the alfalfa layer from drying out or being washed away. Second, it becomes its own source of microbial and fungal life as it breaks down. Earthworms love mulch because it creates a soft, cool habitat full of hidden food sources. As the mulch decomposes, it feeds the microbes even further, extending the life of the microbial burst triggered by the alfalfa. If your soil is especially degraded, consider moistening your mulch before applying it. Damp mulch breaks down faster and helps jumpstart fungal networks. These fungal threads, along with the bacteria feeding on the alfalfa, begin to form a soil food web, a complex, self-sustaining system that can repair even the most stubborn patches of dead earth. Once your alfalfa is layered and protected with mulch, it's time to bring in the heavy lifters, earthworms. If your soil already has some life, worms will naturally migrate toward the microbial hotspot you've created. But in barren soil or raised beds with little organic matter, introducing composting worms like red wigglers or European nightcrawlers can give your recovery efforts a major boost. Worms tunnel through the soil, eating decayed matter and excreting nutrient-rich castings as they go. These castings are packed with plant-available nutrients, beneficial microbes, and growth hormones. As they move through the alfalfa and mulch layers, worms also mix the layers naturally, increasing contact between microbes and materials. This continuous mixing aerates the soil, improves drainage, and enhances root penetration. If you're adding worms manually, wait until conditions are right. The alfalfa should be partially decomposed and the mulch slightly moist but not soggy. Avoid adding them in high heat or under dry mulch. Gently tuck them under the surface layer and let them find their rhythm. Once established, worms reproduce quickly in a healthy environment, and your garden becomes a self-maintaining system of decomposition and renewal. In as little as 2 to 3 weeks, signs of life will begin to emerge. You'll notice worms clustering near the alfalfa layer. Mulch will start to break down from below. Fungal threads may spread along the underside of the mulch, and the soil will begin to loosen. Over time, your once dead patch transforms into a dark, crumbly, sweet-smelling haven for roots. This layered approach not only revives soil, but builds long-term fertility. Unlike synthetic fixes that fade, this method gets better with time. As worms work, mulch breaks down, and microbes flourish, your soil becomes more than just a planting medium. It becomes a living system. Plants grown in this environment need fewer external inputs. They develop deeper roots, resist drought better, and are naturally more resilient to pests. Once your system is established, maintaining it is easy. Just continue to add mulch throughout the season as it breaks down. And once every month or two, tuck a fresh layer of alfalfa under the mulch to keep the microbial cycle going. There's no need to till, dig, or disturb the layers. Let the worms and microbes handle the mixing. Over time, the lower mulch becomes humus, the worms multiply, and the soil transforms into a sponge-like, nutrient-rich layer that holds water and breathes air. This low-effort, high-return strategy is ideal for raised beds, backyard gardens, and even large in-ground plots. You don't need expensive products, complicated formulas, or back-breaking labor to fix dead soil. What you need is life. And with the smart layering of alfalfa, mulch, and worms, you can bring any garden bed back from the brink. It's a simple, elegant solution that works with nature, not against it. Let the microbes feed, let the worms work, and your soil will do the rest. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to HydroHaven, share this video with your fellow gardeners, and let us know in the comments how your soil revival project is going. Together we can turn dead dirt into living earth, one layer at a time.